How can mouth tape improve the way you look and your overall health? So this is something I've been doing for a while, since like 2022, before it kind of took the internet, by storm, especially TikTok, with all these, looks maxers and all this other weird stuff. There are actual benefits to sleep with mouth tape on, and there's actually science behind it. It's not just, gym bro science or pseudoscience on the internet. It helps with, lung volume, oxygenation, sleep quality, all that. I originally started, using mouth tape to improve my, quality of sleep, the lung, like my lung capacity, because, I'm an athlete. I didn't really know it could improve the way you looked or like your facial structure until like a couple years later. I remember I had a couple viral videos back on like TikTok and Instagram back in like 2022. And everybody thought I was kind of crazy, but I don't know where I actually originally learned this from, but I just remember I was doing it. I was using basic. I was using like this tape, but now I've got the actual pads. I use PapMD, and there's a bunch of other brands you can use, but there are actual like benefits to like facial development. That's why you see a lot of guys who have like no jawline, or their just face is like recessed, like they don't have any structure in their face because they sleep or just breathe regularly through their mouth, and it creates that like saggy, like no jaw look, which a lot of guys are trying to fix, and you can actually improve that. I'm not gonna say you can fix it, because that's really based on how you grew up breathing and stuff, but it can definitely be improved upon, because your nasal breathing actually drains a lot of the fluid in your face when you breathe nasally throughout the day. That's one thing like a lot of people don't touch on, because when you're breathing through your mouth, all that fluid is just going to come in your nose, and that's why like people who breathe through their mouth a lot, they're like, oh, like I can't breathe through my nose. Well, it's not that you can't, it's because you haven't been doing it. So the fluid drainage from your face and your nasal cavities is staying in your nose and not draining out from breathing through your nose. That's why when you do breathe through your nose a lot, you have, looks like you have a better face, better developed face after doing that for a while. I mean, there's not only like the facial benefit, there's also oral health, like health. Like you ever wake up after breathing through your mouth all night and your teeth just feel all nasty, that's actually like really bad for you. And over time that can cause, decay. You're not supposed to be sleeping with your, mouth open, breathing through your mouth. And ever since I did start what do you call it? Taping my mouth when I sleep, I don't wake up like mad thirsty, just like, oh, I got to chug 3 gallons of water. The reason that is because you're mouth breathing. And when you do that, it just disrupts your sleep. You sleep better when you just breathe through your nose. And I just fall asleep quicker when I'm breathing through my nose. Like just putting the piece of tape on my mouth and laying on my side or my back, whatever. It's like my body just kind of like, all right, I can't do anything with my mouth. It's kind of like realize it's time to shut down. That's just me personally. For other people, it might be different. But the sleep quality for me has been big. So you just sleep deeper. I notice I'm just in better shape too overall when I sleep with tape on my mouth. I have like I wake up more fresh, wake up feeling like less foggy in my brain. And when I'm doing cardio, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, whatever, I just feel better. I feel like I can breathe better when I'm breathing through my nose. I only try and breathe through my mouth like as a last resort, and that's what it is. Like that panting, that like that it doesn't even look good. Like if you're walking around breathing through your mouth, like you don't want to do that. It's like you're gonna scare the huzz, bro. Uh, yeah, it's just like it's a panic response, like a dog panting after it, just ran. It's like your body's in a state of shock, it's in a state of survival. So yeah, you don't want to be breathing through your mouth in general, but especially while you sleep, that's one way to just get the habit down, because it'll get your nose adjusted to breathing in and out, cycling out that fluid, facial fluid. I think it's called your sinuses, synovial fluid, and just increases your lung volume. And this is when I knew it was like actually something valid. Was when my uncle, he came to me with it. He was like, "Yeah, I've been putting tape in my mouth and I'm sleeping." I'm like, "Okay." And my uncle's pretty smart. Like he's a engineer and all this stuff. I'm like, so it's not just young dudes trying to be pretty. There's also old heads, and that's when I figured out, oh, it can help with sleep apnea. So if you snore or you have sleep apnea, this is one thing you can do to also help alleviate that. So I really think there's a lot of benefits to it. People used to think I was crazy. I was doing this back in 2022. So I mean, if you're not on this now, it's like, what are you doing? I know some people say, oh well, I sleep. I always breathe through my nose anywhere. Well, I feel like that's kind of a rare few, but I do think it's just safe to throw some nasal tape on. And sometimes I do put a nasal strip on, or I use the magnet one. I got it over there. Grab it real quick. It's by Intake. I'll use these sometimes, and you just slide it on your nose. You put the magnet on, and then it opens up your nostrils. So you combine that with the uh, the facial strip, mouth tape, and your sleep quality is going to 10x. Which sleep is one of the most important things for building muscle, overall quality of life. I highly recommend it. Not just for building your overall look or cleaning up your face, but also uh, just improving your sleep. I mean, better you sleep, better your life's gonna be. Less brain fog. You're gonna wake up feeling more refreshed. So again, everybody thought I was crazy. I remember I had that viral video, and everyone was like, "This guy's crazy. He's gonna suffocate in his sleep." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm still here, bro." So definitely check it out. Highly recommend.